plans and specifications for the contractors to bid on consistently to fix the stairs.
To fix the stairs.
To fix the stair, and then eventually, once we have more money, we'll design the revetments. We'll
But
design
again,
the
my
walls.
question would be is when Tim Mallory, who we all know, he built all those stairways.
Mhm.
He must have turned in a plan when he built them when I don't know, that was,
We
whether
do-
that
we
was
do-
Clint or whether
We do have plans, and whatever plans we have, that we still have, we will
could
use.
use
We will
those as
reuse
a
to the
rebuild on those
Cows come
existing-
home. We will use whatever we can.
Okay.
And in fact, we want to, from a planning perspective, if we rebuilt it the same style,
Mhm.
if we convert wood stairs into stone,
Yeah, it's different.
it's going to take a longer time to go
Right.
through the regulatory process.
Right.
If we build stairs, but I think we have to be careful because we don't want to just rebuild what was there and they last 25, 50 years and then fall apart again. We want to, same style, but with heftier materials and heftier connections.
I tell you, if we get 30 years out of whatever we've got there,
Well,
that's
yeah.
a lot better than not
Yeah,
having any
yeah.
access at all
Right,
and waiting
right,
another 4 or 5 years
Right,
and spending a
So-
lot more money for.
right, but we're not creating any designs that we don't need.
So is the third part actually the implementation
The
then?
third part is the construction phase, yes.
So I just to interject and bring it back around. So I understand. I mean, in the process, the study you said we've got the 175 that was in last year's, and I did you just say another 250 or another 450 that's going to be spent? Because I was adding up like the 250 plus the 175 at 4.25 for study.
Okay, 175, old news.
Yeah,
happening.
old news, but for things that still haven't been completed.
Current year, city money, 250.
250, not necessarily for study only though, right?
That's for this design.
But
The
it's
250 is, we'll call it for the design.
specifically allocated only for study design.
And a little piece for fixed 2 stairs.
So wait,
But what, it's only studying the stairs for that, or it's the whole
It's
thing?
gonna, let's not use the word study. Study was the 170.
Oh,
It's
okay, so
gonna-
this is design. We're in phase 2. We're plan part 2.
Can we go back to phase
That was the
So
study.
175 study?
175 is for study, then, is it?
Okay, that's already done.
And then-
Well, there's things that haven't
175 is-
Oh,
finished.
and it's already
happening.
done?
Well,
So then the
half done.
250 does what?
The 250 is for phase 2, the design
plans and specs.
of the initial design of some of the beach components and the plans and specs for assumed 2 beach stair repairs.
So with the 250 for the design, is anything going to be done, or do we still need?
Yes, the 250, especially when we have that extra 100,000, I know we're getting
To
confusing.
350.
The 350, then for sure we'll be able to fix a couple of the stairs,
For 350.
okay?
But you're gonna have design of a whole bunch of other things, so.
And the extra 100,000 from 250 to 350 is because of the luxury of having 450,000 free money from the Coastal Commission.
And knock on wood that the structure between 8th and 9th Street doesn't collapse this winter.
Right.
Because if it does, all that money is gonna be spent,
But on
plus
that,
about 4 times more
Right.
to support any
Right.
collapsing
Right.
structure.
And we were
against
also,
it.
if I may, we were also hoping for FEMA money, which we didn't.
So is it
It's failed.
unreasonable to
It's
think that in these 1, 2, 3 steps that, and I realize the study money's already done last year, you're
Yep.
finishing the phases, but that you couldn't do in the part 2, a design solely of the stairways and then get it out to bid so that you could move without having to do all the whole design of everything?
Yeah, at day 1, once we have a consultant under contract, day 1, start the design of those stairs, and concurrently, or the next day, or whatever, cost estimate every single thing on that report, and in his list from last week, or last month.
Yeah.
Give us cost estimates, figure out, how are we gonna build this thing? And that goes to the question, do we need 10 million? Do we need 12 million for all this? Maybe it's only 4 million. We don't know.
But not
We
the
don't
stairs,
know.
you're talking about the
No,
entire
all-
piece.
All of it, right,
Right.
but we gotta do all of it.
But couldn't we break it out, like into things that we know are the
Well, yeah.
most important and like?
The consultant says, hey, you know what, the most urgent is these stairs, and this revetment, and that wall.
Yeah,
Okay, we think we have a sense of that, but we haven't done any structural testing, we haven't done any geotechnical, we have to do a more detailed study not study.
ooh, did you say
design.
study?
We have to do a more detailed design on
And
phase
figure-
2.
If the dune collapses, we won't need stairs.
Yeah.
Because the dune that's gonna collapse is gonna take one stairway with it.
Just like, so
Then
how,
we'll call FEMA and then nothing will happen.
And reality is, Bob, even if, given what you've got right now, we're talking 6 months out to even get going on the stairs?
For repairs?
Yeah.
Oh, way beyond that, yes.
You're talking 6 months
a
to
year.
12 months to a year.
A
to do
year before we would
A
actually
year
be
before you'd
building,
actually be able to do
building
anything.
the first stairs, yes.
oh boy.
That's why I was asking if you
Okay.
break it up, right?
But I think
Yeah.
what I heard though, which didn't dawn on me, is that what I could do, or part of my monthly report, is what specific measures are we taking that we can do, yellow tape, put a sign. We could do little low-hanging fruit things with our street crews and forestry crews to make some of the initial repairs, but we can't move rocks. We can't fix walls. We close down the stairs. I don't know.
So I have
Sure.
a question. So a couple of things. So is the $450,000 coming from the Coastal Commission, is
Correct.
that earmarked for the rest of this study? Does it
Yes.
have to go to that?
Yes, we asked specifically, hey, can we fix some revetments here? No.
Okay.
The answer was no.
It must
Can
go,
it count as design or only study?
We tried all that, yes. They said no.
okay, okay. And the 250,000 then, that is just to make a design from what we got from the first part of our study that was 175,000. So all of the repairs and things, it's $250,000 to design how we're going to approach that? Is that what you're saying? And some of it will go to fixing 2 stairs?
So we're going to fix the 2 stairs.
Okay,
The 250 will cover only a little bit of the design, of the whole package.
Only a little bit
But
of
it
the
will do a
design.
cost estimate for all of it.
okay,
So we need to know the big picture, what's the cost for all of it?
right.
And then drill down and start getting started on those, the 2 worst stairs.
So I think that some of the commissioners, or all of us, are really concerned because this is supposed to be an El Nino winter, that this might all be a moot point, and that a lot of it's just going to be really destroyed. So are you saying there's nothing that we can do for the revetments? There's nothing that we can do as a preventative? We have no funds to do anything until this study is done? We can't, because if something,
The study is no longer holding us up.
the $250.
I'm making the repairs
Or
to
excuse me, the $250,000 one, are we're waiting on that?
We have the 250.
Right.
I can't wait to spend the 250.
But
And we're
we're,
working on getting ready to spend the 250.
right. But is there anything that we can decide before we work on that, that we just need to do? Do we have to wait for that study and for them to tell us this is how we need to do it? Is there anything that we can determine, we really need to just do this and,
I think the answer is no. If the study stopped tomorrow, the 250,000, we still need to go full steam ahead, figure out what all the repairs need to be done, the cost, the phasing, the design of the 2 stairs, and fix the construction of the 2 stairs. So the
Okay.
study is a different animal.
meaning we need to wait for the study? You can't say this needs to just be done now because we're 2 months away from the rains and we need to get this in. You can't just,
Best
you
case
can't
scenario,
decide
Bob,
that
to even
outside.
get going on the revetments, how far out? 2 years?
Oh, that's,
Easily.
It's ridiculous.
oh, I'm gonna have a heart attack.
For me, again, I mean, it seems like the stairways are, really are primary in terms of safety. It
Yeah,
sure seems
yeah, that's
For
the-
Safety
their
perspective.
erosion.
Yes, that's
Well, I
Brent's
think
area.
it sounds like we've done a good job of asking questions,
Yeah.
and so I appreciate this coming back to the agenda. I'd like to open it up for public comment, and then we'll bring it back quickly. Is there anyone from the chambers that would like to make a comment? Gosh, a lot of hands up. It doesn't look like it. So, looking at our online community, I see Shirley, your hand went straight up. So, yes, Shirley Moon.
So mine is more of a question because we have several of the stairs on the beach that are totally closed because of water at the bottom. But 9th Avenue, is just a problem because the sand hasn't been pushed up to the bottom of Ninth. Are we waiting for some study to tell us that we can push sand up to the base of the stairways so people don't have to walk over boulders? That seems like we're all got our knickers in a knot and we're not getting anything done. We need to have at least one stairway out of 3 down there open, and it's just pushing sand. Thank you.
Thank you, Shirley. Maria, I saw your hand go up next.
Hi, I just wanted to comment that the state of the stairs could also be a liability, especially with boulders for injury. So I'm wondering where the city stands on that sort of thing.
Okay, thank you for your question, Maria. Dale, I saw your hand up.
Yes, Bob, how does the Grady report factor into this? And second, you indicated that you had the plans. I've been trying to find the plans with Sullivan and Chip and other people, and I don't know that they have found them. So if we have the plans, it would be great if we could see them. And third, have you ever had a meeting with Tim Mallory, who built those stairs and has some really creative ideas on how we could inexpensively fix them, partly by reusing existing materials that they're constructed of? And he was the sort of the mastermind behind our successful landscape barrier project. And those are my 3 questions.
Okay, thanks. And let's see, is there anyone else? It doesn't look like it, so I'm going to close the public comment. I'll bring it back. And Bob, do you want to address any of the questions or thoughts that were put out there?
Regarding Shirley Moon's question, do we have to wait to push sand up? The answer is no. We need a Bobcat. We need to rent a Bobcat again. Maria Sutherland's question about liability, that is true. I'm not an insurance expert, but I'll leave my comment at that. And Dale's questions, we do have the Graby report. The Graby report was great, and we made all the reasonable repairs that we could from the Graby report. We're beyond that. We need to reconstruct most of these stairs. Okay, so the Graby report had a purpose. We're beyond that. We need to rebuild the stairs. But we need to fix the really bad stairs more urgently. In terms of having the plans, I didn't say we have all the plans. I think we have some plans. I don't know. That's a good question. I share the same question, Dale, that sure it'd be nice to figure out what, I think we have the walls from the scenic drive, the big bluff walls. I think we have those. I haven't seen them. We're gonna look. Have I met with Tim Mallory? I met him once. No, I did not ask him about repairing the stairs because I have to follow the state law on how to go about getting contracts out the door. I could certainly talk to Tim. I'm sure he has a lot of wealth of knowledge and experience. But until I have plans and specs and a bid documents and the licensed contractors bidding on the job, I can't do much in terms of fixing those stairs.
Okay, I think Bob's had enough, so let's...
I had enough at the beginning. After announcements, I was pushing it.
Understandable. All right, well, again, thank you for putting it on the agenda. Hopefully, we'll be able to revisit again next month. Would appreciate that. So, moving on orders of business, we've got number 5, the City Forester's Report for August 2023. Justin, over to you.
All right, thank you, commissioners. So start off, if you can look at attachment 2, we were given the status update from Davey for the Urban Forest Master Plan. As we stand, the tree inventory is complete. They've completed the economics resource analysis, and we're currently reviewing that. The tree canopy and land cover assessment, they completed that, and we are reviewing that as well. And we're almost done with all of our stakeholder interviews, and we are, after our meeting last week, we are very close to sending out the community survey. And according to Davey, they are 45% done with the first draft of the master plan. We've also sent them out an amendment to the contract to get a little bit of additional funds for some extra work and some additional trees in the inventory. Another thing we did last month was, as we talked about, Public Works as a whole assisted Leadership Carmel in installing that nature-based play equipment at Forest Hill Park. It looks really awesome, and I hope everyone's looked at it. And then Forestry helped them with picking trees for 2 owl boxes and a hawk perch. And then currently our 3 tree service contractors are out and about. Taupe started yesterday. West Coast Arborist has been around town removing trees near power lines and grinding stumps and backfilling with high quality topsoil so we can just go throw trees in the ground and plant good trees back where we're having trees removed. And then West Coast Arborist will be starting next week. And our landscape contractor, Town and Country, is out on continuing tasks throughout the week, as well as helping with beach cleanup and things here and there where we need them to take care of stuff. We had a meeting with Community Planning and Building to hand off some tasks that were, in the absence of a full-time forester, were being handled by planning, and now we're taking those things back, like plan reviews and landscape reviews, and having talks of further streamlining the development process in regards to trees. We've been using our new stump grinder for smaller, middle-sized stumps that we remove in the city right-of-way, so we can 811 USA them, grind them, and then just be able to plant right there, so we don't have to contract that out to our service contractors. We've been removing going around and cleaning up, for lack of better word, PG&E trees removed in the public right-of-way where they leave the logs, especially some very large ones in Unipro. I don't know if anyone noticed by 10th or 11th. Those were cleared up. Almost towards the end of our winter storm related claims. We're still helping our insurance claim adjuster with the claims against the city for tree issues. And then 2 of our crew went to seminars and conference up in Vallejo called Treetopia, where they learned a lot of hands-on, on-the-ground things regarding tree work and tree safety. I provided some statistics of what we've been doing. In August, we received 30 tree permits. We issued 29. That included 5 pruning, 24 removals, and we required 20 trees to be replanted. In terms of historically, as we are year to date, we've permitted 243 removals, which is already above the past 2 years, and that includes 168 upper canopy trees and 81 lower canopy trees. Our replanting is a new graph that I'm putting in here just to show that not only are we tracking them for the permits for private property, but now we have a lot more permits for trees on city property. We're keeping track of that so we can know that when city trees are removed, that we need to come back and replant. So year to date, we've required 129 upper canopy trees replanted between private and city, and 52 lower, which is quite a bit more than the past few years, and we are tracking that and trying to make sure new trees are being replanted to bring up the new generation of the forest. We're at, in terms of the city done tree work, we're at 36 removals, 204 prunings, 174 removals, 204 prunings, and 36 plantings. We're pushing right now, especially once community grinds all those stumps, to really do a planting blitz and have a lot of trees planted by the end of the month. In August, we've pretty even with tickets received and tickets resolved in terms of our communication from residents. And that's pretty much it for the Forester's report. Any questions?
From the commission, any questions for Forester? Well, I'm appreciating the additional information. Really enjoyed, like I said earlier, getting down to Forest Hill and seeing the installation. Really, I waited to see if I'd see an owl or a hawk. I didn't, but I'm going back. So thank you for making that happen. We'll open it up to the chambers first for any comments. Well, that's a long line. Okay, well, then we'll turn it back over to the Zoom, and I saw Maria's hand get right up. So Maria, the floor is yours.
I just wanted to thank Justin, and I'm excited to see the percentage of replanting going up to 74.49%. I think in the past, this is one of the reasons we've been losing trees, in addition to disease and other things. So addressing that hole between the number of removals and the number of replanting is just so important. So thank you.
Thank you, Maria. Sorry. Yeah. Anyone else? Dale Byrne? Yes. Go ahead, Dale.
This is Dale Byrne. I'm sad to report that someone backed over one of the Friends of Carmel Forest pine trees in the Forest Theater parking lot about a week ago. And I guess Justin has declared it unsavable, so we're going to have to remove that. And after watering it 100 times over the last 3 years, it's amazing how you get emotionally attached to trees. But we'll have to plant another one in its place. Thank you.
Dale, this is Tamara. I just want to say that was on my list of things to mention to you too. I actually saw it. I saw the day that it came down. I think it was over at the theater on the Saturday night show or the Sunday matinee, and I walked by and I saw it laying there. So I know, I'm sorry, I saw that too. So that was unfortunate.
Doesn't look like there's anyone else from online, so I'm going to go ahead and close the public comment, just bring it quickly back. Any last comments to our Forester?
I just wanted to, I know this past week that Justin was working with Carmel Cares on addressing the medians up Ocean Avenue and taking a look at the next steps to get that project rocking and rolling. So hopefully that's moving ahead so that we can get those medians redone. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's in the works, so.
Cool. Like to hear that.
And I just adding one piece about the survey, since you touched on it. I received a lot of individual comment from residents about a desire to have another opportunity for just input overall in the plan itself, and I think I've understood that there's going to be maybe perhaps another opportunity at some point for some dialogue with. No, I'm seeing.
Wait, about
not the survey.
Okay, yes.
Just the.
There should be. I think they have another public forum.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure that was the case. That's what I suggested as much, but I wanted to just triple check. So thanks.
Do you know what the date is on that, Bob, at all, when that next one is?
I think we're shooting for, Tom would know for sure, I think the 22nd, which is a week from tomorrow.
The 22nd?
Tom, can you confirm that?
Friday,
22nd for what?
September
To
22nd.
launch the community survey for, I think the commission
Oh.
said 45 days.
No, I
he
was
was meaning
talking
the
about
next
the
workshop.
next,
No,
we're
that-
going to have a follow meeting.
That's not
from
firmed
the
up yet. We have to talk,
Oh,
we
the
have to
next
confirm
public-
that with Davey.
Public workshop, we don't know yet.
Public workshop,
Yeah.
right, that's not, okay.
That's not planned yet
Okay.
or scheduled.
We might have informal something or other, but the next real one would be when the draft urban forest master plan is ready for public consumption.
Oh, okay, we're not.
Yeah,
having
but we
a-
might have an interim one that, maybe in this setting or with the steering committee type of thing.
Yeah, we're not to the next full-fledged public
Yeah.
outreach meeting
Okay.
yet.
It's coming.
Okay, thanks. Anything else from the commission? No, it doesn't look like it. So let's continue on with our orders of business, and we'll move to our public work director's report for August 2023. I think he's hit his word limit today, but we're gonna.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
very sorry, Your Honor. I seek leniency.
The floor is yours.
All right, thank you. Well, as you noticed, we split out the forester's report from the public works report. And now that we have a forester back, which is a wonderful thing, so let's just focus on other things that we haven't touched base on. City council workshop was what day was that? July?
30th?
No, it was August 30th. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so August 30th, there was a council special workshop to talk about the 22 strategic priorities citywide. I think I mentioned that 3 of the commissioners talked about the beach repairs. But anyway, of the 22 strategic priorities, 10 involve public works and 4 relate to things from the Forest and Beach Commission. We already talked about some of these. The community wildfire risk assessment's coming next month. That's one of them. That's a biggie. The urban forest master plan we just talked about. That's a biggie. Increasing beautification efforts. Commissioner Sowers beat me to the punch, but yes, that's it's on the council's strategic priority. And the Ocean Avenue meeting on it was discussed, and that's the next frontier with that. The other one was, the coastal engineering study, and I think we beat that one to death. Okay, so, and then in the council meeting on Tuesday night, the 12th, we talked about the coastal commission grant a lot. And there was also an item to accept $25,000 donation from Leadership Carmel for those improvements at Forest Hill Park. I was all happy, and we talked about the ribbon cutting. Okay, that's it for council stuff. Capital improvement projects, 2 items. One is we've executed a contract with Bowen Engineering for the Mission Trail Nature Preserve, the well decommissioning, and the tank and pump house removal project. We've issued a notice to proceed. Construction will begin out in the field September 25th. It's going to go very quick, be about 2 to 3 weeks in the field. So that is happening. That's in construction. That's phase 3. Let's not move on.
You're going there, huh?
I should. That's pretty funny. Also, we had a kickoff meeting with Denise Duffy and Associates for the North Dune Habitat Restoration Project. They provided an initial assessment report. They noted that overall the North Dunes is in pretty good condition. They recommended some repairs to fencing, removal of ice plant. I think Carmel-by-the-Sea has volunteered to do some ice plant, and to pull some of the acacia saplings. They're working on a report, Mary, is it for October or November to come to the commission?
I'm hoping for October.
For October, to come to the commission. Here's an update on the North Dunes. We were kind of doing that every other year for a while, and we kind of lost some momentum, but we're trying to get back to it. That's it for capital projects. Climate Committee, we already talked about. Volunteer organizations, I think we covered most of those. The guardrail project we talked about. The Friends of Mission Trail Nature Preserve improved the Doolittle Trail, making it safer for travel around the muddy bog. Wanted to point out, we did get a couple of complaints about water seepage in Mission Trails. It's not Cal-Am, it's not COD, the sewer agency, it's not irrigation. It appears to be natural seepage, which is causing real problems and muddy messes. So we are getting a number of comments and complaints and concerns from a cross-section of pedestrians in that area. We're monitoring the situation. Actually, Mary is monitoring the situation. So we rolled out any utilities, and we may be closing the a portion of the Doolittle Trail, which is really becoming impassable. As a temporary measure, we might be backfilling that with wood chips or gravel or something. Not sure. Okay. So we have a problem there.
That's amazing you've heard from that because it's such a little bit
Of the seepage?
of mud to
Oh,
walk.
yeah, we heard it loud and clear.
Jeez.
We hear
Do we have this
Commissioner
fabulous
Berlin, we
park?
hear everything.
I was out there a couple days ago. It's pretty bad.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Commissioners will
I've
have
been
an
there every
opportunity
day.
to ask some questions. Let's go ahead and
Thank you.
keep working through your report, please.
Sorry, Your Honor. And then we wanted a shout out to Cindy Lloyd, who did a great job cleaning up the flower beds and the plants around the World War I Memorial Arch actually in the month of August. Okay, and that's for volunteers. And then one last item. I don't have to do the last item. Justin already did the last item. I am done. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Did you know that it's Cindy Lloyd's 90th birthday today?
I did not, but we should sing happy birthday.
No, we're not
Or
going to.
you should.
Just asked if you knew. Commissioners? Yeah.
How's the street sweeper working?
It's doing great. And I was out the other day at Sunset Center, and someone said, "Oh, there's our new street sweeper." I didn't hear it.
Yeah, you can't hear that.
It has a slight hum. It's a little bit different operation-wise because it's taller. He's learning, and it has to be closer to the edge of the street. The other ones, the brooms, were kind of came out a little. So it's got to be a little bit closer to the edge of the pavement, and he's got to be careful because it's taller. So he's trying to miss tree branches. But so far, he seems to be working around it. And in some places, he has to get out and with a.
Does it pick up as well as the other one?
It's my understanding, it's better.
Really?
Yeah. And we burned one day. It didn't start up. I go, oh my God, $500,000 and it didn't start. There's the big engine battery, which was fine. It's two little car batteries that just do the cab, that just operates the cab. Those we left something on overnight, and so we're still getting adjusted to it, but it works great.
It's cool because you can't hear it.
You can't hear it.
It's like, what was that?
And in fact, our operator said that someone stepped in the street and didn't hear it, and like it was near getting clunked. Yeah, so
Maybe a bell. You put a bell on.
like a cowbell.
Any other comments or questions before I open it up to public? Doesn't look like it. Go ahead and is there anyone in chambers that would like to make some comments regarding this report? It doesn't look like it. So back to our online community. Thank you very much for staying with us. Would anyone care to make a comment about the Director of Public Works report? I saw a hand go up. Oh, Dale. Yes, go ahead, Dale. You're on mute.
Shirley could probably comment better than me on this. I noticed that when the street sweeper went down on Scenic, it was having a little bit of a challenge picking up sand because it was swirling the sand and it was making, instead of in the gutter, which is where Shirley's people sweep it up, it was making a stripe about 4 feet out from the gutters and just left a strip of sand down there. So I don't know. I think they were going to explore on what was going on with that. I don't know if you found out anything about that, Bob.
No, I haven't heard that one. I'll check into it.
Okay, good. Thanks.
And it doesn't
It
look,
is cool.
it doesn't look as if there's anyone else. I'll close the public comment and then ask if there's any future agenda items that would like to be raised.
I don't know that there's anything we can do, but again, I brought up with Mary, and I know Commissioner Sarah Burling had brought up the fact that we're seeing a mix of salt and pepper down at the beach on the beach sand, and I don't know whether that's something we can get analyzed or something, where this is coming from, because it is changing the color of our beach from the white pristine sand that we're used to into more of a salt and pepper looking sand setup, and probably not a great future marketing deal if our sand's turning black. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's, I mean, I took a sample and went down there today and it seems like it's rock that's coming from somewhere. I was gonna go down to River Beach to see if it's potentially the shift of the river there shooting the, the stuff out the river and into the bay, and then it's getting pushed around to Carmel Bay because of the southern storms and just, maybe just a lot more erosion coming out of the river. But I don't know. I mean, it's concerning because, I mean, the white sand beach has always been the white sand beach in Carmel, that granite, beautiful sand. And
So as a
Can we have it
potential
analyzed?
future agenda item, what are you
yeah,
proposing?
I mean, I think if we could talk about it maybe at the next meeting, maybe get a little more input from others about what's going on. I'll do a little more investigating myself. I don't know, Mary, is there anything you might suggest in that regard? Huh?
The dam, maybe it's coming down from when maybe from the last storms, but I really don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've never seen it like that before.
I've never seen it that way either. It's,
Well-
so.
Mr. Chair, we're going to be coming back with the beach trash and that sign.
Yeah.
Maybe we fold in the white sand,
Yeah.
the discoloration
Yep.
with that discussion. We also have for next month, North Dunes report and the wildfire risk assessment, which would really be the big issue for the meeting.
Okay, great. I do see Dale's hands up, so I'm going to acknowledge him. Dale, are you butt dialing your phone, or you have something that you wanted to add in for a potential future agenda item?
No, I don't have my phone in my pocket. I would, Bob, this is really up to you. I think you felt that the ADA pathway at Forest Theater, it would be good to take another shot at the Forest and Beach Commission once we have our plan. And we should have our plan ready to present within 30 days. So if you want to put that on there, that would be great.
That does need to go to the Forest and Beach Commission, Dale.
Okay.
Whenever it's ready.
It's going to be ready, so if you want to pencil us in for next month, that would be good.
Okay.
Thank you, Dale. The date of our next meeting in October is the 4th?
12?
12th? 13th? 12th? Is it? 12th?
12th,
12th?
I think.
What is it, the 12th?
I think it's the 12th.
12th. Okay, great. Well, with that, this meeting is adjourned.
Yay.
All right. Right during school break.
Thanks, everybody.
I think I'll be back.
Just like,
I think
Okay.
I'll be here.
oh, yeah, I'm gonna do, yeah.